What is up, guys? 10vidman here, bringing you another battle. Here is a battle that I had with MootyPwns, and as you can tell, she asked for UU, yet brought in an entire team of NU. But it's whatever. We played it through, and she didn't care because she bought all these Pokemon for UU, which I mean, she's been playing a lot of Mass Effect lately, and she's forgotten a lot of Pokemon. She's just streamed, I think yesterday, just trying to get some battles and get back into battling. But yeah, let's see how this battle turns out. And it's a battle. It's an honor battling of any bigger YouTuber. So, without further ado, let's get this battle started. I'm going to lead off with my Darmanitan, hoping to get that, switch initiative going and all that fun stuff. And she's going to lead off with her Tentacool, which I know she uses a lot in her NU battles to set up toxic spikes and all that fun stuff. So she's going to withdraw here, expecting maybe, I guess, I don't know, an Earthquake. And she goes into her Bastiodon, which wasn't really a best switch in any way. Maybe she was predicting a U-turn there. But out comes Bastiodon. I'm going to use U-turn. I mean, I probably could have killed the Tentacool straight out of an Earthquake. But I'm like, screw it. Just in case she switches out, I'm going to go for the U-turn. And I go into my Shaman here, which is an offensive Shaman. And, the leftovers is going to get into her position where it's not going to exactly put her into a range where her Sturdy is going to be reactivated. So she goes out into her Superior here, which was a pretty good prediction here, predicting me to go for the Earth Power, which was pretty obvious. But, it's early game, don't over-predict too much. And, that Earth Power is absolutely nubbing that Superior, which is pretty impressive. And I really don't know what the Superior wants to do. I see leftovers, so I assume support, but I really wasn't sure what it really wanted to do, and I probably expected the Glare. So that's why I stayed in, not wanting anything else to take a Glare. And I knew I could do, anything I wanted to, recover, that I could switch out or I could rest. Didn't really matter. And I go for the HP Ice here. The HP Ice does a solid chunk. It doesn't do, it does maybe about half. But, it's a good solid chunk coming from the Shaman, and, but Superior, it's going to give me a little trouble. I don't have too much that can counter it straight up. So she's going to withdraw here. I believe she goes into her Magmortar here. Magmortar is a big threat to a lot of stuff on my team. Here I just predict, maybe her to switch out again. But I wanted the paralysis off of me right now. I go for the rest. No one can switch out next turn and being cured from the sleep. But, of course, I really cannot stand against Magmortar, besides I'm asleep anyway. I switch out and go into my Kingdra, predicting that's the obvious fire move. And out Kingdra comes, and she does predict me nicely. Goes for, just whatever she could hit neutrally. Goes for the Focus Blast, which was a pretty good prediction on her part. And, it's all fun and games until somebody gets a crit. And, boom, down goes my Kingdra to a goddamn crit. And that pissed me off, but, I didn't deal with it too bad. She hasn't battled in a while, so I didn't mind too much. Now comes my Darmanitan to, hit whatever I want hard. She withdraws Magmortar. I believe she goes into Tentacool. I don't know what she was expecting, but, Darmanitan's such a huge threat. Go for the Earthquake. And yeah, that Tentacool, no matter Eviolite or not, that's a dead Tentacool. I mean, if Tentacool is no defensive investment, most are especially defensive, it's going down no matter what. It still has rather very poor defense after the Eviolite boost. So, knowing I'm choiced in some way, she goes out into her Superior, which is a good move. I switch out from my Darmanitan into my Porygon 2, which is my defensive Porygon 2, which carries the Bolt Beam combination for its only attacking moves. She actually double switches here, and she goes into her Magmortar here. I wasn't sure what her true intentions were for doing that. I wasn't sure what she was planning on bringing in, but here she goes for the Fire Blast. Unfortunately misses, and I wanted to see what she was going to lock herself into, so I recovered, expecting whatever, and she goes off and misses another Fire Blast, which sucks. I'm able to get a Toxic off, and the Magmortar is not too much of a big problem, because I realized that as soon as I built this team, I didn't have any Stealth Rocks, which was extremely intelligent on my part. But she's going to withdraw her Magmortar here. I believe she goes into her Bastiodon again, and I'm just going to go for the T-Bolt on the switch, just because, it's probably my safest option, Ice Beam not being effective on either of these two Pokemon. And the Thunderbolt, I actually get the Parahacks, and that kind of sucks, even though it doesn't impede Bastiodon too badly, because it's still extremely slow anyway. But here, out I switch from my Porygon 2, and I go into my Togekiss, and this is not your standard Togekiss. This is a crazy Togekiss, but she gets Parahacks there, which sucks so badly. And I believe that leftovers, I can't remember, that's right, I go for the Workup right now, and if you can tell, Workup, That means I am next. And you're probably thinking to yourself, why on earth are you running a physical Togekiss? Well, for one, it's not purely physical. I do have Air Slash. And, but this thing is Hustle, and if Extreme Speed and Drain Punch physical Togekiss becomes a pretty legitimate threat. Here I just want to break it sturdy, go for the Air Slash for some para-flinching shenanigans. And I do get the flinch, which is really nice, even though without Serene Grace. And yeah, now that Steelodon is not in a range where Sturdy is activated, I can go for the Drain Punch, the ×4 super effective Drain Punch that effectively has a ×2 attack boost. And that does a shit ton. Holy crap, that did a lot. And yeah, she gets Parahex again. She got Parahex the hell out of her. I guess, it just sucks. I felt really bad for her at that point because, you know, she only got paralyzed due to the Thunderbolt's 10% chance. But, I go for the Drain Punch again. Luckily, I do not miss because, like I said before, I do have Hustle. And down goes to Bastiodon. Don't really have to worry about that too much anymore. Now comes a huge threat, Jinx. And I'm very scared of this thing. I want to go for the Extreme Speed, and knowing Jinx's piss-poor defense, it's not going to take technically a +2 Extreme Speed, especially for my Togekiss that already has max attack as is. And down goes that Jinx, which is amazing. And yeah, this mixed Togekiss is doing work right now. And now she goes into her Samurott. And Samurott is always a pretty decent threat, even though some people find it outclassed by a lot. But here she goes for the Swords Dance. And I'm like, that's kind of scary. And what do I go for here? I go for the Air Slash. Just wanted to do some solid damage, because I'm hitting its weaker defensive stat as is, and it does about half, which is pretty good. I go for the Extreme Speed here, and Hustle kicks my butt right there. And she goes for the Aqua Jet, and I can't remember. Wasn't really paying attention to what happened here. Did she get a crit? Did she get a crit? Did she get a crit? That was not a crit. That was Life Orb boosted. I'm not. She might be in Torrent range too. Very impressive. And yeah, that Aqua Jet did a lot. Because I have no defensive investment in this Togekiss whatsoever. I'm going to use another Extreme Speed. Luckily, I do hit, because that Samurott would have probably wrecked my team if Extreme Speed didn't hit. But down goes the Samurott, which is great. And yeah, Togekiss is just pretty awesome all around. It's just amazing how well it does on a mixed attacking stuff. You know, it's pretty impressive. And you know, out comes the Magmortar. I'm going to strike this thing as a stab, +2 Extreme Speed. And, you know, Magmortar doesn't have the best attack stat whatsoever, or best defense at all. And, unfortunately, it lives with a tiny little nub, and she's able to go for the HP. I believe this was it's probably not Ice, considering this was an NU, she's using an NU team. I imagine that was HP Rock, but it doesn't really matter. Thanks to my Toxic, I'm able to finish off that Magmortar. And all she has left is the Superior. I still have a bunch of pokes left. I think I have 4 pokes left. She's gonna bring out that Superior, which is all she has left. And I'm gonna bring out my Darmanitan to finish things up. And yeah, Darmanitan is just a freaking monster. She really should have brought some UU stuff. She said after the battle, I forgot this was, you know, I forgot Milotic was UU, and then Milotic was her favorite Pokemon. So I would have had a lot of problems against Milotic. But down goes Superior, guys. That will be the game. I hope you guys enjoyed. It probably wasn't as much fun as I had of NBZ, but it was still an honor to battle her. I really hope you guys enjoy, and I'm going to leave a link to her description if you're not subbed to her. She's not extremely known, but if you know Magnitude, which is also a pretty good YouTuber, he's pretty cool and stuff, and MootyPwns is actually his girlfriend. So, but that'll be all, folks, and rate, comment, sub, and later, guys.